mornings last week at work, and then I had to work on Saturday. So I feel really, what's the word? Discombobulated? I don't know if that's a word. I like it though. It's not a word. We like to make up words in our house, some of which are probably not very appropriate, according to my 17-year-old. Anyway, hop on, say hello, tell me where you are at so I know if my chat is working. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, Michelle. Hey, I got your email, so that was exciting. I'm excited for you. Yay, yay. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Give you a second to hop on. Hopefully you guys had a great weekend. It snowed here in Utah. I had all intents and purposes of finishing getting my office completely put back together. And as you can see, that was a hashtag failure. I didn't do it. Good morning, Lisa. Hello. But hey, roll with it. Roll with it. I own it. I own it. It's a mess. It was kind of funny because I actually did an interview on Friday for a conference. So you'll see me posting about it. It's free and it's really cool. It's a bunch of, good morning, May. It's 6 to 10 inches. Enjoy that, friend. Snow, people, snow. Get your minds out of the gutter. So I was interviewing with her. It's a resilience conference for parents. So kind of focused on like, how do you be resilient as a parent, especially if you have kiddos that have some disabilities or learning barriers. It's really great. She has, I think, 21 speakers. And each one of the speakers gives away something for free, which is cool. And so I'll post the links to it. And it's recorded. So she has recorded all of us. We've done interviews, but when I went to do the recording with her, every platform is different, right? So if I go live on Facebook, the video camera is different as far as what image it shows you. If I go live using my streaming software that I'm using right now, it's a different visual. If I go live on Messenger or video chat you on Messenger or video chat you on Zoom, the camera angle is all different. So when I did my interview with her and we did it on Zoom, it popped up and I was like, whoa, this is showing a lot of mess. And she was laughing and I'm like, let me like adjust this so you can't see as much crap. And I'm like throwing things on the floor. She's laughing. I'm wearing like one of my shirts that has Jack and Sally on it. I've got my whimsical madness going on behind me in my hutch and I'm like owning it. I'm owning it. So that's what we're going to talk about today is owning it. I tried to get Dave to come on as my special guest, but he said he was too weird and he couldn't do it. So I was like, okay, so sad. Maybe one day I can actually get him to come on here and be my co-host because it would be pretty funny. So we're going to talk about owning yourself. And I know you're going to ask me, I do have a new shirt on today. It is a little graphic. So if you are easily offended, you may not want to look at it. Anyways, it says, I love my enemies. They taste good. Jason thinks it's cute because he has no idea what it says. But, this is how I get away with being like super spiritually dark, right? Like I'm super spiritual, all into helping people, love, kindness, peace, and hugs. But at the same time, if you're just a total jackwagon, I'm just going to rip your heart out and have it for breakfast. And then I might even put it in the toaster because I like it better that way. Anyway, let's talk about owning things. So not being ashamed. Hi, Mandy. Good morning. Dave, Mandy wants to see you as my co-host. Dave's out on the couch. I don't know if he can hear me. So I was talking with someone about messy houses. And she was talking about how it was bothering her that her house was a mess. And we were talking about, good morning, Amber. We were talking about, how you feel embarrassed, right? If somebody comes over, because my first initial reaction, and I used to be this way. I was a super compulsive house cleaner. And now I just, this is kind of my mentality with it. And I said, there is no right or wrong here. You're not wrong if you need your house to be clean. You're not in the right if you need it to be clean. You're not in the wrong if it's vice versa. But just own it. own whatever it is that you want it to be. But I said, make sure you know why you need your house to be clean. That's the kind of underlying thing there. Do you need your house to be clean because you have some kind of underlying agreement that if your mom comes over, she's going to be super disappointed with you? So it's some kind of like level that you're holding yourself up to. Do you just enjoy having your house clean? Does it make you feel at peace? The reason behind it is kind of the driver for what I would tell you whether or not you really need your house to be clean. Now, my house is a freaking mess right now. My house has been a mess since I started. Good morning. I hope you have a blessed day too. My house has been a mess since I started doing energy healing because guess what? I work full time. And so now when I do clients after work, I know reflecting, I have to do some balancing because I've also stopped exercising and that's not okay for me. So I have to go back and trim some stuff and make some adjustments and be better at respecting myself and my time. But my house has been a mess since then. And I'm like, well, I'll own it. You know what? And if one of my kids wants to say something about my house being a mess, then I'm going to be like, so feel free to clean it anytime you'd like. I will show you where the tools are for that. Dave probably knows that he will get the same kind of response if he complains about our house. I'll be like, you're also welcome to clean it at any time. I will show you where the broom closet is. I will hand you some sponges. I will find you some spray and you can clean to your heart's content. Feel free to put your own dishes in the dishwasher and turn that sucker on. If somebody were to come to my door and my house is a mess, I'm going to say the same thing if they want to make a comment. Now, I've gotten to the point where I'm not even going to justify. So if someone comes to my house and they come in and my house is a mess, I'm not even going to say anything like, oh, sorry, my house is a mess, blah, 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 because I don't care. If you come in and my house is a mess and you want to make a comment about it, I'll also hand you a broom and say, well, hey, you obviously have so much free time on your hands because that's why you're here, right? I don't like people at my house anyway. So I'd be like, since you decided to come over, feel free to clean. You weren't invited, so that's what you get for that. Yes, I know. I'm wicked. I'm wicked, brilliantly honest. So own it. If you don't want to have a clean house, dude, don't have a clean house. If somebody in your house is complaining about it, make them do it. Like, we're going to own our weirdness today. So I saw this as well this morning. One of the authors that I follow on Facebook had made a comment about napping, and this totally goes along with this. She said that she naps and that she's always hit it. And she said, I'm not just talking about like a Sunday afternoon nap. I nap every day. And she goes, but I feel embarrassed by it. And I was like, why are you embarrassed that you want to take a nap every day? And, she was talking about how she always napped with her kids. She would actually nap on her lunch break when she was working full time. And, unless it's causing a problem, obviously you can't nap at work if you're going to get yourself in trouble. But if you are allotted so many minutes during your lunch hour and you can go and take a nap, then by all means own it. This is a past agreement, right? That someone has gotten into her head that society says that if you take a nap during the day, you must be what? You must be lazy. And so we just have to get rid of that stuff. Just own it. You want to take a nap during the day? Take a freaking nap during the day. Be like, I take a nap every day. I personally don't. I wish that I could. I'm not the type of person that can just lay down and fall asleep, right? I'm one of those people that if I want to take a nap, it's going to take me probably at least an hour and a half to fall asleep. And then I'll probably nap for like 10 minutes and then wake up in a like moment of shock, not knowing where I am and how I feel. We had a little bit of a combustion eruption over the weekend. So I was up. What does that mean? You're like, what does that mean? So yes, I live in a household where people sometimes get into arguments. And this argument just happened to be at about 3 a.m. And so mama was woke up. I had to work that morning and I was incredibly tired when I came home. So I decided to take a nap. And after I did it, I told Dave, I'm like, man, I shouldn't have done that because I feel so crabby. I just don't like it and I don't feel well when I wake up. But if it works for you, by all means, do it. I like to go to bed at 9 o'clock at night and I'm going to own that like a rock star. And other people will be like, what are you, 12? Yes, I am. I love to go to bed early and wake up early. That's my perfect scenario is go to bed, be asleep by 9, and I can easily get up at 5 or 6. That's my perfect life. Yeah, see, Amber, you nap and hide it, right? You feel like you have to hide napping from someone, maybe your spouse, because you feel like it's a labeling of being lazy when in all reality, who says? Who says? Like, where did you get that from? Right? Taking a nap is a bad thing. Not cleaning your house is a bad thing. Not being perfect is a bad thing. Um, I feel like I live in a culture, especially in the state that I'm in, where people are always striving for perfection. And I feel like that perfection involves everything from having this perfect clean house to having your kids get up and read and do some religious things in the morning to making sure that you're doing XYZ, this like whole mantra of a checklist. And it can be very overwhelming. And I think actually, when it comes down to it, can be very mentally damaging to people. Yeah, right. Full-time mom, multitasker, teacher, housekeeper. Yeah, you'll nap if you want to because you're freaking tired. Um, Other things that I was thinking about yesterday surrounding this, obviously, when I did go and do my interview, the lady commented on my shirt and my nice little 8-foot shelf back there with all the stuff on it. And I was like, this is me. This is me. And I will not change myself for anyone. If someone is like, I don't know that you're really giving off like the most professional image, I don't really care, right? If you don't like this, you and I are not a good energy match. If you're like, own it like a rock star, this lady's crazy, then probably we're going to be super perfect together as far as working on a professional basis. That's it. Now, do things. Wear the shirt you want. Another one, right? Who gets into the mentality of I'm a mom with kiddos, so minivan is what I'm supposed to be driving? I did that for a little while. In fact, so when I was 17 years old, I bought my first truck. It was a lifted 1981 Chevy Scottsdale, and it was painted blue and purple and silver, and I loved that thing. It was the love of my life. Like I loved it, loved it, loved it. And then I ended up getting married. I had kids. You know, moms don't drive trucks. So then I ended up driving a car. We sold my truck. It was actually super devastating because a kid that bought it, I don't know if he was drinking and driving or he fell asleep, but he actually took it off into a borrow pit and it rolled on him and killed him. So that was horrible. So my truck became totaled, and so there's no way of ever getting it back. But obviously, he lost his life, and that was really hard for me. Anyway, so then I just didn't have a truck and I never had a truck again until a few years ago. I bought a truck again. I bought a Ford and it was white. And then baby girl we had baby girl and we knew that she had her heart defect. So we ended up selling my truck because we were going to be commuting a lot down to Salt Lake and it's a 2-hour drive. That truck was not meant to go through the canyon, especially with snow. And it was very unsafe. Like that thing hydroplaned like nobody's business. So, I bought a Jeep Grand Cherokee so that we could commute. And I mean, I liked it, but it wasn't me, right? It was my mom car. So then after baby girl passed away and we didn't really need a Jeep anymore, Dave was super awesome. And he, tempted me by sending me a photo of this truck that was for sale. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so in love with it. So magically he bought that for me. And now I drive a truck again. And I know that there are people that are like, oh my gosh, you're 40, whatever, however old I am. I think I'm 41. You're 41 years old and you're driving a truck that's lifted up. What are you, going through a midlife crisis? Sure. I don't know. I just like it. So I'm a truck girl. I love trucks. I'm so like horse country by heart. But the thing of it is, own it, right? I know when someone pulls up next to me, they're like not expecting to see this lady driving this truck. In fact, my truck window has a decal of an owl, and on the other side, it has a decal of the KC-135 refueling a fighter aircraft. And I know that when people see that, they probably just assume the owl is for me, right? And the fighter aircraft is for Dave. I'm all about breaking scenarios, right? I'm the girl that flew airplanes. Whenever we're like, hey, we have a veteran, people are like, oh, and they talk to Dave, right? Dave is the veteran. No, I'm the veteran. It's just the life that I live, and I just don't care. So I don't care. Oh, I should make a sign. Okay, get back on track. Here we go. So I got to go to work today. Little Sally Ann McKay. What is that from? Dr. Seuss? I don't know. Yes, Lisa, you go. Um, what's going on in the world of my world. So socks, let's talk about socks. Of course, you can share any of my videos. That's how you enter to win socks. The socks we're giving away this Friday are going to be these Yoda, Baby Yoda, purple Baby Yoda socks. I will post them today. Okay. And then a lot of you asked about the Sunday live. So I'm rearranging that a little bit for peace and comfort and harmony in my own life. We're going to be doing it on Mondays now, but I couldn't do it this Monday because I already had a client. So starting next Monday, which will be a beautiful time to start because it's the 1st of February. We're going to do it on Mondays. It's going to be at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time again. And this one, we're going to talk about letting go of stuff. Okay, that's a good one, right? We all need a little bit of that in our lives. So it'll be live. I'll post an event for it, but I will go live on this platform. So it's going to show up on all my social media accounts and my Facebook. So it won't actually go live in the live event. Okie dokie, guys. There we go. Feels good to be back. This is a good week for me. It's more streamlined. Times are normal. I get really out of whack when I got to go do things at the different times. I'm such a person of standardization. Yeah. Okay. There we go. I hope you have a beautiful day. What socks am I wearing today? So because I'm wearing a little bit of this very, cute but unfriendly shirt, I've got to offset it a little bit with the cupcakes. I got to do the cupcake socks today because I got to do a little bit of the, offsetting of the positive, negative cupcakes. I don't know what my kid is doing outside. Brayden, are you at work? You must be on break. Good morning. Hello. Good morning at the farm. Brayden's one of my adopted kids, and he also works at the same place that I do. Hello. I hope you're having a fantastically magical day. No, you're getting off work. You're off work. Yes, I had a moment there. Okay, guys, don't be ashamed of who you are. Own it like a rock star, Mom. Own it like a rock star. Do you. Don't worry about what anybody else thinks. If you want to wear mismatched shirt and tie, whatever it is for you, rock it, own it. That's the only reason why people accept stupid things like you can't take a nap because you are lazy. That's a stupid past agreement. So just get rid of it. Blow it out the window. Tell everyone to get bent. That's my mantra of the day. Okay, Brayden, sleep well. And you guys have a great rest of your day.